Well, Jim, first off, just kind of how is the O-line looking now? We're getting closer and closer to week season premiere. The season opener, sorry.
Yeah, I really think that they're doing an excellent job adjusting to the install and to whatever we're seeing for that given day. They're playing with their eyes, they're playing with their feet, and really they're playing with leverage and being physical.
Does it help with this being such a veteran group that the guys are now picking that up a lot easier with them being not so much young guys?
Well, yeah, that does help, but every year is new, and it only helps if they use their experience, in their favor. If they're starting over, then it doesn't help. But if they're building on what they've done, then it absolutely helps.
How do you feel about, when you talk about quarterback communication, a lot of people talk about like the QB communicating with the receivers, but there's a lot of communication with the offensive line. How are you feeling about how that communication has been this far with success?
Outstanding.
And then if you look at, Myers coming back from his injury last year, just how has he been just getting back to where he performed to where he was before the injury?
I think he's really comfortable with playing with his feet in the ground right now. And, that's the biggest thing. When you come off of a injury like he had, you're playing like you have hot feet, and you don't want to put him in the ground. But now he's back to playing stable, back to pushing off the ground, and using his quickness and his athleticism to his advantage.
So is that more of a mental hurdle he kind of had to get over to just
I think anybody that's coming off an injury has to overcome something, whether it's the pain or lack of, range of motion or whatever. And yes, sometimes it's also a mental component.
Is there anything different as far as just kind of like figuring out ways to, improve the running game? Anything done differently as far as just slight tweaks to kind of, see some improvements there, you think, in your mind?
We feel really good about the things that we do. And, I think with guys working together and guys, the running backs are running extremely hard and physical. And, the holes are there. And, it's a great combination of the guys doing what they're supposed to do the way they're supposed to do it.
Is that maybe different than last year, or is it more of the veteran guys understanding this is what we need to do to improve and we just have to just do it?
Nothing different.
Any different drills? I know last year I think we talked about
Nothing different.
Nothing? All right.
It seems obviously Dylan is make some waves in Las Vegas, and even this past week it came out that he was talking about how his time at Memphis there was being able to play multiple positions on the offensive line really set him up for success in the NFL. I'm sure you've been asked this question multiple times, but is that something that you want to do with all of your offensive linemen, where you teach them multiple positions so they can be interchanged?
Yeah, I think that's really important because you never know, the whole deal is play with your best five. And your best five, based upon injuries, might be, the backup center playing left guard and the backup right guard playing right guard and the right guard moving out. You owe it to this team to put your best 11 out there. And sometimes your best 11 doesn't necessarily mean the guy behind you. And understanding and the fundamentals of playing offensive line and the concepts is critical. And we do a lot of cross-training in case, situations like that. Often, I should say. We do it often. And Dylan's a perfect example of that. There's been numerous guys in the past that have done the same thing. And Dylan's a great example of that versatility. I was watching Dylan in between practice and in the first half of the game in the Canton Hall of Fame game, he played, left guard and center. And in the second half, he played right guard. And, the more you can do, the more you can do. And you add value. And value equals playing time.
Were you impressed that he played center in the NFL?
No. No.
He never played it here?
Says who? You know, I mean,
Okay.
you know, he practiced center, and Dylan is a student of the game, and Dylan, you know, he didn't play center in a game, but he certainly played center here, and I'm not, with his athleticism, with his, FBI, there's not a doubt in my mind that he's going to be a great NFL player.